All right, part two. We're going to talk about how you can take that early game pressure that you've got and really put it on them. So in turn one, what I discussed in our previous video, this immolator had come up because he had gotten a little too cavalier with his Lancer, and the immolator and the 5 Dominion sisters blew the Lancer up. The reason this is a great deal, Gladiator Lancer's 160 points. The minions have gone up a little bit, so I believe this whole package is about 170 now, so it's about 10 points more than the Lancer. But the fact that I killed it and they're all still alive was a really, really big deal. Now, I'm not even going to talk about all the stuff that happened on the top side of the board. We're not going to worry about that. What I want to show you is how you can really push that tempo. So I reminded my opponent these Dominions have an ability where if you end a normal fallback or advance move within 9 inches of them, that they get a reactive move. And I told him that I could use it to move anywhere I want in any direction. It's a D6, but most of the time I will keep them really close to the immolator. So if they get scared, they can just jump back in their car. He went, okay, makes sense. So he moved his inner circle companions, they're 6 inches, and did basically one of these. And I think he thought my plan was to get back into the car. That was not my plan. So I rolled like a 3. And when I did, what I actually did was I moved them in a way to where I could make it as difficult as possible for him to charge my immolator. Because now if he wanted to try to declare a dual charge, while the immolator is actually only like 2 inches away, he would have to be able to go about 3 inches down and then 3 inches. So it turned it into almost a 6-inch charge to get into the immolator. Not a big deal, but this was something he had to really think about. Some things happened on the top side of the board, and big surprise, he came in and he did absolutely obliterate all of my battle sisters. They died, but they did their job. And I think he felt good about this move because he then consolidated into my tank. Again, the important thing here is that I made sure that 3 inches was too far for him to get onto the point because he had to move into the tank. Okay, great. So I'm still holding this point, not a big deal. This rhino at this point was about here. So what happened on the next turn was I fell this rhino back, and the sanctifiers that were in this thing got out and unloaded the rhino shot. This other immolator that was right about here drove over, its girls got out, and they shot. What ended up happening was I literally killed all but the Judicar in shooting. And because he was no longer leading a unit, these girls just charged in and were able to pick him up. All because I kept that pressure. I didn't want these guys playing the game. I screened them once I knew I had the advantage, and then stranded them out in the middle of nowhere so I could shoot the scary fights first unit and not have to deal with it in combat. So hopefully this helps for once you have someone on the ropes. The game is about scoring, but if you can really push the initiative and really put it on them, you can throw people off their game plan and the game can be over before it's even started. So drop a like for the Emperor and subscribe if you want more content like this. And remember, in the grim darkness of the far, far future, there's always more to break down.